Imagine putting your life savings into a new home, only to learn it's sitting on a floodplain, losing value, or trapped in a declining neighborhood with soaring insurance premiums. In 2025, Texas, once seen as an affordable haven for homeownership, faces a new reality. The state needs over 320,000 new homes to meet demand, yet median prices have surged nearly 40% since 2020. For thousands of Filipino families and American dream seekers drawn to cities like Houston, Austin, and Dallas, the Lone Star Promise now carries serious risks. Behind its booming skylines are cities struggling with rising crime, volatile markets, and disaster vulnerabilities. Using 2025 data from the U.S. Census Bureau, Texas Real Estate Research Center, and FEMA, today we uncover the top 10 worst cities to buy a home in Texas this year, and why smart buyers might want to think twice before signing that contract. Number 1. Houston. Houston, the energy capital of the world, headlines this list for its turbulent blend of cost, crime, and catastrophe risk. With over 2.3 million residents, 2025 median home prices stand near $355,000, up 5%. Yet affordability is collapsing. Families now allocate 38% of income to housing. Property taxes average 2.1%, the highest in metros nationwide. Historically, its oil-driven economy created vast wealth, but the same Gulf proximity invites destruction. FEMA's flood risk maps place over 120,000 properties in medium to high-risk zones, making insurance a luxury few can sustain. Houston's violent crime rate hovers at 1,140 per 100,000, far above the national average. For Filipinos and immigrant families lured by hospital jobs or NASA-linked contracts, frequent flooding and high premiums can quickly drain savings. As one FEMA analysis put it in 2025, Houston remains a rebuilding city. Buyers beware, the same energy fueling America's progress could drown your investment overnight. Number 2. Dallas. Dallas dazzles from afar, but drains buyers up close. With median prices at $405,000 and property taxes averaging 1.8%. Affordability now requires incomes above $90,000. This North Texas hub thrives on financial powerhouses and corporate HQs, yet its housing market falters under cost of living spikes and creeping crime. Rates hover around $780 per 100,000, particularly in South Dallas, while mortgage delinquency climbed 7% in mid-2025. Traffic congestion ranks among the worst in the country, eroding quality of life. For investors, Redfin reports appreciation slowing below 3%, a poor trade-off amid high mortgage rates. Filipino and Asian American families in Dallas's suburbs share stories of affordability fatigue, mirroring America's wealth gap. Beneath gleaming towers, the Dallas housing dream feels more like debt by design. Number 3. Austin. Austin, the tech-fueled utopia turned affordability nightmare. Known for music and startups, its 2025 median price hits $552,000, with locals spending 45% of income on housing, making it Texas's least affordable city. The influx of tech giants like Tesla and Oracle reshaped the skyline but displaced thousands through gentrification. Water shortages persist. The Texas Water Development Board reports reservoir levels down 20%. Even as violent crime rests lower at 450 per 100,000, homelessness and wildfire risks edge upward. For both U.S. citizens and Filipino professionals in tech, Austin mirrors the Bay Area's downfall, innovation shadowed by exclusion. Homebuyers once chasing appreciation now face plateaued values and insurance hikes near 25%, making even success stories feel precarious. Number 4. San Antonio. San Antonio hides financial strain behind its festive charm. Median homes cost around $320,000, but local incomes, averaging $61,000, push the affordability ratio to 4.9. Foreclosures spiked 5.3% year-over-year, with inventory ballooning by nearly half, signaling a weakening market. Once a magnet for military families, the city now faces crime rates of 650 per 100,000 and East Side gang activity rising. With floods and tropical storms creeping inland, FEMA classifies San Antonio's south side as moderate risk. Filipino nurses stationed at nearby Joint Base San Antonio find housing harder to afford amid spiking insurance costs and decaying infrastructure. Appreciation projections barely exceed 2%, prompting renters to stay put rather than buy. Number 5. Fort Worth. Fort Worth, Dallas's western sibling, masks stress beneath cowboy grit. Home values hover near $340,000, yet supply has overshot demand. In 2025, listings increased by 46%, while values fell over 5%, signaling overexposure. Average mortgage payments jumped as mortgage rates rose, pricing out first-time buyers. Historically, it's where the West begins spirit drove expansion, but uncontrolled construction has created glut, not growth. Violent crime rose 9% last year, surpassing 600 per 100,000. Across Tarrant County, property taxes consume up to 2% of value, adding insult to injury. For Americans eyeing Texas for affordability, Fort Worth now reads like a warning. Oversupply doesn't always mean opportunity. Number 6. Corpus Christi. Known for its glittering coastlines, Corpus Christi tempts with affordability, median homes at $290,000. But natural forces tell a darker story. FEMA categorizes the region with high catastrophic risk potential, citing hurricane exposure and coastal erosion. Property insurance rates rose 30% year-to-date, discouraging first-time buyers. Violent crime remains 600 per 100,000, with policing stretched thin post-budget cuts. Its port remains vital for trade, but refineries bring air pollution that EPA reports linked to respiratory illnesses. Filipino and Latino healthcare workers in this community endure storm disruptions akin to Manila's typhoon cycles. Appreciation at 2.5% can't outpace insurance or repair expenses. Number 7. Beaumont. Beaumont's low entry price, around $220,000, is deceptive. Industrial dependency and high crime erode its appeal. Violent crime averages 1,080 per 100,000, with poverty above 18%, well beyond the state mean. Refineries fouling air quality, flooding risk from hurricanes, and frequent chemical spills make home insurance costly. Once a symbol of oil glory, now it's emblematic of risk without reward. Filipino migrant engineers working in petrochemical zones often cycle through short-term rentals, avoiding ownership entirely. Even locals describe Beaumont's housing as cheap but cursed, encapsulating its fragile market where appreciation stays under 1%. Number 8. Odessa. Odessa symbolizes Texas's oil economy, profitable yet precarious. Population 120,000, median homes $280,000, affordability stretched at 37%. The Permian Basin's boom-bust rhythm still dictates local prosperity, but as global energy transitions away from oil, housing here mirrors the volatility. FBI 2025 data list crime rates above 800 per 100,000 residents. Dust storms, droughts, and water rationing degrade livability. Earthquakes from fracking compound structural risks, with repair costs rising 12% since 2023. For Filipino oil engineers and American roughnecks alike, Odessa's fortunes change overnight. When barrels drop, home values tumble too. Number 9. Midland. Midland, the twin of Odessa, faces identical oil shocks. Median prices near $330,000, but with 40% affordability ratios, far from sustainable. Earthquakes rose 20% this year, per U.S. Geological Survey, cracking foundations across newer subdivisions. Property crime sits at 700 per 100,000, and fiscal growth lags. Housing appreciation is projected at 0 for 2026. As an energy hub once visited by presidents, its decline marks a pivotal moment. Fossil fuel towns aren't forever. Filipino OFWs and local Texans alike find their mortgages tethered more to oil prices than paychecks. For global audiences, Midland warns what happens when one industry defines a region's fate. Number 10. Texarkana. Texarkana, straddling the Texas-Arkansas line, closes the list, but not without reasons. Median homes price at a modest $200,000, yet 22% poverty gnaws at its small-town charm. Flooding from the Red River destroyed dozens of homes in 2024, and FEMA's 2025 classification warns of recurrent moderate flood cycles. Crime at 418 per 100,000 may seem low compared to Houston, but economic stagnation tells another story. With appreciation capped at 1%, buyers risk locking wealth in places time forgot. This rural decay reflects America's broader divide. Cheap land, little promise. Filipino migrants rarely settle here long-term, instead heading south for industry-linked cities. As this journey through Texas's housing struggles ends, one message stands clear: not all growth is good growth. Behind every statistic lies a family, whether American veterans in San Antonio or Filipino nurses in Houston, recalculating their dreams amid risk and recession. Texas's booming population strains its infrastructure. Its coastal storms, crimes, and costs test resilience itself. Yet every failing city tells a story worth heeding: that prosperity without sustainability breeds fragility. So, what defines a good investment? The price tag or the promise of safety and security? In 2025, the answer may redefine how millions view the American dream. If you learned something new today, share this video with one curious friend and subscribe to Discovering the Earth for more stories that uncover the truth beneath the surface.